What are you doing in there, Sarge? You're not supposed to be in the laundry basket. Well, guys, I'm trying to fix my washing machine. The symptoms are when you go to start it, you put your load, put your soap, put your clothes in there, shut it, you hit start, the lid locks like it's supposed to, and sometimes it doesn't sense. Basically, here are all the functions. You have sensing, wash, rinse, spin, done. And what it is, whenever it senses and your clothes are in there, it just makes sure it's not, you know, unbalanced before it starts filling it up with water. But it's not sensing, so it's not spinning. And sometimes it senses and fills up with water but won't agitate. So that's telling me it's either got a transmission problem or the actuator that operates the transmission in between the shifts is gone bad. Now, I've read a lot of forums on this particular washer, and everybody says that when they diagnosed it, they went online and they printed off from this website here, and it tells you how to go through the diagnostic process, and I'm going to show you on this one. Let's see. To get this washer into diagnostic mode, you have to turn the dial to the left more than 4 times. So you can just do it 4, 5, 6 times. As soon as you do, 3 clicks to the right, 1 click left, and 1 click right, and all the lights should light up. So let's try it. 1, 2, 3, back, forward. Okay, you need to do like a half a second between your clicks. I think I was doing it too fast. And then 2 clicks to the right. Should be on spin, and hit your start button, and it's going to go through its self-diagnostic checks. It's going to fill up with cold water. The solenoid will click it over to hot water right there. It's should agitate. Guess it's not done doing its fill up. Now it's doing both water valves. See. Just going through the the wash cycle, see if the motor's running. Now it's going to drain. Sure are noisy. Like I said, this thing's been acting intermittent. Should take about 60 seconds, as it says, to wind down from the spin test. The error code that I was getting is F7E5, which is a shift solenoid fault. But when I cleared the codes and ran a load of laundry, it didn't set the fault again, but it is in there. Let this thing wind down. Once it gets done here, I'm going to see if it has a fault again. Alrighty guys, let's go on and head over to Doolittle's and see if they got my part in stock. They're finally redoing the road in front of my shop. And it's so much nicer. Pardon my seatbelt buzzer. I don't think they're done with it yet. They've got the road base down now. I think they're going to blacktop over it. But it was just pothole city. It's been a long time since I've bought an appliance part. I hope this guy is still open. Got some fishermen down there. Must be biting on the Trinity River. Yeah, they're still open. Let's go see what they got. Well, I got lucky, guys. They didn't have a new one, but they had a good used one for half the price. So that was only 20-something bucks. And what this thing does, it's got a stepper motor on it that operates this arm right here. And it shifts the washing machine between your different cycles, like your spin cycle or your agitation cycle. It's got, from what I understand, when I went to Sears.com, they actually have a little YouTube channel, and they said if this malfunctions, it will stop the washer. So that's what it's doing. Sometimes it will agitate and not spin, sometimes it won't agitate, and sometimes it'll spin. So definitely got an intermittent problem with this part here, and for 20 bucks it's a good crapshoot for me. So well, I think it was 29 no tax, but let's go get her put on and see if she'll click some more. Basically, we need to turn the washer on its face this way. So you got to unhook all your hoses, your electric, and your drain hoses, and we'll get this thing spun around. Or actually, I'm going to spin it this way so the bottom of the washer is headed that way, so we can get underneath of it. Once you get underneath here, you'll have to take this guard off. It's just the guard for the belt. And as you can tell, here is the actuator that I'll be replacing. And the guard has got, it's either 1/4 or 5/16 nut. It's take you a nut driver. It's just two, one bolt here, one bolt here. Slide it off, and then the actuator is just a Phillips screwdriver, 2 screws to hold it on. This is only a 15-minute job, but it's just one of those things that goes out. Just loosen your screws, and the actuator will just pull away from the transmission. Be mindful of where your pintle goes down in, And also this is a bearing surface to help keep everything steady. Get this up out of the way. Don't lose your screws. And that arm hooks into the transmission right here. You can audibly hear that whenever it's working correctly. When it goes to spin, you'll hear it go clunk, and that's normal. But what is happening is it's not moving, or it's getting stuck in the halfway position and it's not doing anything, and the circuit board inside the actuator senses that it's not working correctly and it shuts the washing machine down and then sets a code. Go ahead and grab your new one and plug it into the wiring harness here. Just remember, you want to make sure you put the shift arm and the shift arm support bushing. The support bushing goes, this bushing or standoff will go in this hole right here, and then the shift arm will go in the transmission arm right here. Install your little belt guard. One thing I do notice that whenever the machine is winding down, it makes kind of like a creaking noise. Thought maybe it was a bearing. It's actually the belt. It's dried out. I ought to replace it, but since it's still good and not, you know, broken or anything, and it's so easy to change, I'm just going to wait until it pops. And I know I should replace it right now, but it's not bothering me and it works. So I'm literally going to take my lid lock off so I can bypass it. I'm going to put it right here so I can see what's going on here. So I've got the solenoid replaced. Go ahead and clear out the code. You just hold it for 3 seconds. All of the lights will go out. And let's see, we're going to just do a normal load on regular. Here we go. So far so good. It's sensing. Lid locked. It's a little unbalanced, but you won't know that until it senses that. It'll crawl to a stop and you hear that little I found out that that's that belt, like I said earlier. Now it's going to sense it again. It'll turn faster. It's going to be good to go, I think. It'll start filling with water once it stops. Here, I'll give it a hand. Perfect. Just let this thing get filled up with water. Usually when it fills up and then starts to the agitate mode, it would agitate for like a second or two and just quit. So let's try this out. Yes, it's agitating correctly. It does. It used to do it really fast, then stop, and then do its full wah 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 wah. It hadn't been doing that. So let's see. Oh man, we fixed it. Thank goodness. I'm gonna let it run though because I need to do this little bit of towels. I got it on a low setting. I didn't have it super full wash. I'll be ecstatic if this fixes it. I don't claim to be the best appliance repairman, but I do what I can. It goes hand in hand with automotive and small engine repairs. Well guys, if your washing machine, if you have a Maytag, Whirlpool, GE, pretty much they're all made by the same company, kind of like AYP and Poland and Craftsman, even some of the newer MTD stuff, they're all made by the same people, and a lot of the parts will interchange. But I'll post links in the description below of everything that I used in this video today. And be sure to use your model number though, and go to SearsPartsDirect.com and type in your model number to look up these parts. It's the best way to do it, in my opinion. You may have a better website to go to, but Sears Parts Direct to look up lawnmower parts, but more especially appliance parts. They have great illustrated parts lists, and you can even order it from them. They're a little high, but you can go on Amazon and you could probably buy this part way less than you can from Sears. But I'm not knocking Sears, but they have good stuff. But like I said, I was able to go down to my local parts distributor, and they had a good used one for 29 bucks, and normally this one's around 60 bucks, so it's good to go. If y'all have any questions about appliance repairs, let me know. Mower Medic 1. Have a great day.